All right, well, let's move on to the Sunday Nighter, which I will be hosting the live bet stream for right here on Pub Sports Radio, 8:20 p.m. Eastern. Indianapolis Colts 4-7-1, 2-3-1 on the road at Dallas Cowboys, 8-3, 5-1 at home, AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. I'm looking forward to this one, although I wish it was the Chiefs Bengals. Line history-wise, this opened with the Cowboys minus 10 at minus 106. They're now minus 11 at minus 103. This total opened up at 42.5. It's gone up a point to 43.5. When we get to the cash flow, they've still given the Dallas Cowboys a line value, even at this price, about 20% line value, 1,977 tickets in. But the big bets are coming on the Colts, 47% of tickets, 73% of cash, although the market's not moving towards them. 41% of tickets, 99% of cash on the over, but as I said, 1,977 tickets in. Colts are on a short week after a disappointing 24-17 loss at home to the Steelers on Monday night. Jeff Saturday made some very questionable time management decisions on the game's final drive. He's now 1-2 as head coach. He did admit today that he made a mistake because he didn't admit that after the game when we all knew he clearly should have called a timeout. They were awful in the first half. Pittsburgh drove into Indy territory on all 5 possessions, 3 field goals and 6-yard touchdown run from Harris, 16-3 lead. Indy had 0 total yards in the first quarter. Matt Ryan was 22 of 34 for 199 yards, touchdown pick. Jelani Woods caught 8 for 98. Pittman 7 for 61 and touchdown. Jonathan Taylor ran 20 times for 86 yards and a touchdown. The Colts' offensive line is bad, 28th in quarterback sack percentage. Their quarterback gets sacked on 8.85% of his dropbacks. He's in danger against this pass rush. Yannick Ngakoue had 2 of the team's 3 sacks, and they lost Pro Bowl cornerback Kenny Moore with an injured shin. I tried to get more information, but we'll get it on tomorrow's injury report. The Colts' defense is 27th in yards per play. They were handling the loss of Shaquille Leonard pretty well, but they're vulnerable here. Cowboys coming off extra rest and prep after an impressive 28-20 home victory over the Giants on Thanksgiving Thursday. Dak, 21-30 for 261 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. CeeDee Lamb caught 6 for 106. Gallup, 5 for 63. Jake Ferguson, 3 for 57. And Schultz caught 4 for 31 yards and 2 touchdowns. Zeke had a season-high 92 yards and 1 touchdown on 16 carries. He better step up, man, because Pollard's playing great. Pollard had 60 yards rushing on 18 carries. They were 7 of 11 on third down. Their defense was strong. Held Saquon Barkley to 39 yards rushing. Held the Giants to 3 of 11 on third down and 320 yards. Micah, 2 sacks, giving him 12 on the year. Finished with 3 sacks, 7 quarterback hits. And they did that with Jonathan Hankins, defensive tackle, defensive end, Terrell Basham, and cornerback Calvin Joseph all sick. They'll be back this week. Sunday Nighter, Andy. Colts, Cowboys, take it away.
Yeah, this is a bad offensive line, and this is a very good pass rush. This is a team that's peaking. That said, I'm still not interested in laying double digits, even at home. It just sucks laying that many points with that, even though we do see some of these cover. And, yeah, Sky Dragon saying plug your nose, bet Indy 11. And the coaching caught up with them finally. They looked really good. They moved the ball, like we talked about. I don't know if it was their special teams or the deficiencies of Steelers special teams that had them returning balls quite nicely. They looked like they could actually move the ball in the second half, but this is another tough defense they're facing, except they have a good offense as well. They're not going to keep you in the game like the Steelers did by, continually failing in the red zone. If you let the Cowboys do what the Steelers did, Cowboys might put up 35 on you here. So it's going to be, did the Colts show up in the second half with garbage points? That takes it over. That might get you in the back door. This is a big jump in class here, compared to last week on the road in Dallas. I'm not excited about this. So, and I mean, do you really believe that if Taylor doesn't fumble on the 2, this line moves 3.5 points? I don't. I think the market knows what these two teams are. I don't think even coming back and winning that game against the Steelers in overtime or something doesn't change a whole lot. So it's it's a team with a bad matchup with the offensive line. It's a team probably with a bad matchup stopping the run here. Dallas probably romps, but I'm not usually betting double-digit favorites. I love to be on the other side. I love betting and taking the points with the team, but there's too many outcomes here where Dallas just continues to score. I'm trying to check what Dallas is the 4th best team in the red zone. They're not going to give you they're not going to give you what, like just what I said, they're not going to give you what Pittsburgh gave you, where, hey, you let them drive the whole field because you can't cover, and you're letting a shitty quarterback with tiny hands hit guys with barely any separation because you can't cover. I mean, this is good receivers, good quarterback, good offensive line, 2 good running backs, good scheme, good play calling, and a really good offensive, an offense in the red zone. Like I just said, they're 4th in the red zone, just a couple percentage points behind, the best teams in the red zone. And really, Indianapolis's defense in the red zone, it's below average, 22nd in the league. Like, they were probably lucky to be in that game last week. That was probably more on Pittsburgh than anything. Colts should tank to get a quarterback. Colts have been a quarterback away for 5-6 years, and eventually this roster is going to run out. And they're going to miss the window where they're not just a quarterback away anymore. So Indy team total is going to be like 17. I don't know. Probably not an actionable spot for me in this one.
Yeah, you're right on with the Colts team total there.
And to Bertie's point, that's kind of where my head went too, is like the Dallas maybe not as good against the run, but there's going to be a certain point in this game where it's like, hey, the run's been effective and the pass hasn't, but we're down by 18. Are we just going to run 2 out of every 3 plays? And hopefully we can get 3 scores marching down the field with 8-minute drives when there's 6 minutes left. It's not a good recipe for comeback mode against a team who likely converts most of their opportunities.
I'm very interested in live opportunities in this game. I think I'd love it if the Cowboys could get out early and get an even bigger number on the Colts.
That's something like, yeah, if I got like a plus 20 on the Colts because they just got the shit kicked out of them out of the gates, I could be talked into something like that.
I think that's a legitimate possibility here. And I also think that live under, as it fires up really quick, is a perfect opportunity. So I'm looking forward to live bet this game. I don't want to be involved, although I can understand why there is some plus 11 on the Colts action. I get it, but I think that we'll get live opportunities, and I can't wait to attack them. Here, Sunday night, we start at 8 p.m.